Good morning, you beautiful creatures. Jesus Christ. Good morning, you beautiful creatures. How the devil are you? I hope you're well. If you're new here, my name is Lou, or Lucifer, as my friends like to call me, by my friends, and me, my ever-growing army of demons. Jesus Christ, every time. You know when you think like, you know, new year, new me, things are gonna change? No. If one thing stays consistent on the Loucifer channel, it's the tomfoolery and shenanigans. We are going to
the first horror rock and wrestle fest.
I am so glad you said it because I was going to butcher it. Yes, we are going to the first ever horror rock and wrestle fest. Now, you may be asking yourselves, Lou, why such a strange name? Well, let me tell you. Because it is an amalgamation of the three.
Two.
Horror, rock and wrestle.
There's no rock convention.
Well, no, but there's like...
There's elements
of it, so...
Oh, I thought you were on about convention.
Thank you. So it's very similar to what we do on the channel because we like to do the darker slice of life, the alternative side of life. So this is very ideal, particularly for us. We also wanted to come and see what it was all about for it being its first time. Hopefully it's going to go really well and we'll see more of it. We'll see more wrestlers, we'll see more rock icons, we'll see more horror celebrities. We shall see. So it's at the Bowlers again. If you don't know where that is, that's usually where For the Love of Horror is. So I'm not going to do a really in-depth tour about it, about everything and about the layout of the building, just because we've done that to death on previous vlogs. If you do want to see that for future conventions, please check out all of our other vlogs as well. Our first For the Love of Horror vlog is very in-depth about it, just because we'd never been before, so we've done a lot to do with it. As the vlogs have gone on, we've spent less time talking about the layout because we always talk about the layout, but the first For the Love of Horror vlog, we go into detail about it. And For the Love of Sci-Fi as well, because we actually go up into the cantina upstairs. I don't think that's open today. It's all ground level, which is... Oh, is it? We'll check it out, which is absolutely fine. We're also interested to see how busy it is today, what attendance is like, what the traders are like as well.
New prop builds, brand new prop builds.
Brand new prop builds. We like a new prop build. Yeah, don't they have a Gremlins, the kitchen from the Gremlins? Exceptional.
They've got a Ripley in the mecha suit.
Well, you know I'll be having photos with them. So, we're going to have a real fun day. The sun is shining.
The sky is blue.
Regrettably.
I feel happy. What about you?
I feel subpar and best.
Well, one thing I want to touch on is, now in the lead up to the convention today, there's been a bit of trouble down at Heathrow. It threw off a lot of plans. I just want to throw out a huge thank you to Monopoly for keeping everyone informed.
Yes, agreed.
Now, some conventions might not do that, but because Monopoly care, and they want everyone to have the best experience, and they even care about their guests, they kept everyone informed. They even, like David Arquette, hearing what he went through and the fact that he's still coming, it's just top level. And the fact that people are still complaining. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't be that person. It's not big and it's not smart. No. We hope you have a horrible time in the best possible way. Because we will. Let's do it!
me. I say this every time. I'm making a beeline to Ashley Lawrence, but don't you worry. We'll be going through all of the traders as we usually do. Oh! They've painted it.
Oh, it's fabric.
They've opened it up, haven't they? Bring back the cinema, for God's sakes, we beg. Say his name and he appears. You believe?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
No. You'll all be pleased to know that Gareth is meeting Joe Hendry, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you very excited to meet Joe Hendry? I will be doing a, I will be at the back doing a David Attenborough-esque commentary, as I always do with you meeting guests. But we've got Ashley Lawrence, Tyler Main, who else are you going for?
Liana Liberato.
Yeah.
And Casey Hartnett.
So not that many, but you know, pretty full day, pretty packed out day. Yeah. I mean, we've got all day to do it, and we're staying in for the after party as well, which is the first time we've done that. Never done that before. But we're going to have a little look around. You can see the wrestling ring over there. It's very exciting. G-Tom Mac has literally just done a sound check as well. That's pretty cool. But it's filling up nicely. It's not horrendously full like it usually is, but it's getting there. It's filling up. Interesting. Buongiorno, we're back again. So, story time. I got I got shown like my first horror movie when I was 6, give or take, and then I just went on a little bit of a tirade. My dad had all of his DVD collection, and I just went for it because why the hell not? And Hellraiser was one of the first ones, so it was Nightmare on Elm Street and then Hellraiser. And Ashley Lawrence, growing up, I said to her, like, obviously other girls were playing with like Barbies and stuff like that and whatever, and I wanted to be Kirsty Cotton, and I wanted to be Ashley Lawrence, and she was just amazing. And like you said to her, it was so nice to see like Scream Queen running towards the danger rather than running away and being like an absolute badass. But we met her and she was amazing and she was lovely.
She gave you the biggest hug.
And she gave me the biggest hug, and we cried together, and it was not in a bad way, in a good way, like, because you'll see a lot on the channel about Go to Hell. So I was in my first horror movie last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that, and I felt like really stressy about it, and really it was a lot. There was a lot going on, and I felt like I didn't do as good as I could have done. Like, obviously you guys can be the judge because you're going to watch the movie, hopefully, and you can be the judge of that. However, I'm very hard on myself, and we spoke to her about it, and she just gave me the best advice. She was just so lovely and so amazing and so supportive, and oh my god. So if Ashley ever watches this, she probably won't, but if you ever do, thank you so much for being one of the reasons why I pursued this, and I'm finally getting to do it. And
we'll see you again at HorrorCon.
And we will see you again at HorrorCon. But oh, it's so good. Definitely up there with horror, with guest interactions.
Oh god, yeah.
Definitely up there. Right, what's your plan, Gav?
Casey Hartnett's just gone to her table.
Okay, ready?
So let's go see Casey Hartnett.
Let's do it. They've also got body painters as well. They've got frigging UV. That's incredible. Oh my god, they've got all sorts going on here. That's really exciting. But this, what time are we on now? What, 12 o'clock? And this...
No, not even that, it's 25 to 12.
Jesus, and this is how busy it is. Like, it's just... I don't know, it's quiet, man. It's real quiet. Hopefully it gets a little bit busier. I don't know. Yeah, hoping it gets a little bit busier. It's definitely busy down towards Ashley Lawrence's table, so that's nice. Tell us everything.
I met these people. and Casey Hartnett, but it's in the bag. And
it was good, yes. So we finally met. The bedroom scene. You all laugh. If you see our live streams and you're new to them, halfway through, I guarantee you, someone will say, so Lou, let's talk about the bedroom scene. Let's not talk about the bedroom scene. She was lovely. She was beautiful.
Yeah, Casey was lovely.
Yes. But you've practically got all of your autographs now.
Just one more.
And it's not even 12 o'clock. We're literally waiting for Joe Hendry. We tried saying his name multiple times. He hasn't appeared. Someone...
I'm thinking we're having just a wander.
Yeah, all right then. So we'll do what we usually do. We'll have a little wander around, show you all the good kush. This is the dollar store. How good could it be? And Stim as well. But yes, we've practically got all of our autographs and we're just chilling now. So we'll see. This is the vibe. This is the vibe. It's quiet, man. It's real quiet. I don't know if it's going to get any louder than this. Well, busier than this even. But yeah, we've got some, all the wrestling games over there. They've got a little like set up. Dean of the Dead over there, of course. Absolutely need to check him out. Then we got the wrestling ring over here. Then we got all the photo ops as well. And then the scare maze just up over there. Rapidly moving on to one of our favourite things to do here, the vendors. The vendors are beautiful people. We love them. A lot of the vendors are now our friends. You should make friends with them too, because they're wonderful people and we love them. We've got Pigeon Creek here today. We've also got Dead Cats Club. We've also got Hell on Shirts. We've also got Tony. Is she? No, she's just walking around. So whenever we get those gorgeous cookies and gorgeous treats, that's Tony. What are you doing? Ah, yes, it's fine. So this is the one that we want for our wedding table. So she's done little monster dolls, she's done shrunken heads, she's done poison apples. Those apples are delightful. Demon hands. I wish my hands looked like that all the time. We've also got a zombie egg, which is very cute. Happy Jesus Zombie Day. Perfect. We've got a dragon skull as well. Have you found it? No, shut up. Ah! Oh my God. So they put out a poll and it was for Frankenstein or the Wolfman. Was I the only one?
Yeah,
no.
Like really big. Like, we did not have
Can we return back to our regularly scheduled programming? Can we just take a moment? I can't believe she gave this to me. It's just, listen, as an avid Wolfman fan, you get your Draculas, you get your Frankensteins, you even get your creatures from the Black Lagoon. You hardly get any Wolfman merch, and we need more of it. So, if anybody wants one, I'm going to send you over to Pigeon Creek, drop them a message and say Lucifer sent you, we want more Wolfmen. But this is delightful. I love it so much. Just waiting for Gareth in the Joe Hendry line, and then we're going to go and look at more stalls. So you got that to look forward to. Yippee! Sensational. Absolutely sensational. So many Deadpool today. I don't know where they've all come from, but like any Monopoly convention, if you go to the talkie area, they show you all of the things that are going on, like this. Woohoo! They show you the schedules, they show you some of the vendors, they show you all the plans, and they have a nice little visual for you.
At Bowler's Exhibition Centre in Manchester. Are you all having fun?
Woo!
Yes! My name is Caroline Whitmore. You may have seen me on ITV.
Hi, Caroline.
Interviewing a whole host of celebrities at about 6 o'clock when you're having your tea. But today I am here with you to chat to some amazing actors, some crew members from all the horror films that you love. So who is a Hellraiser fan?
Woo! It's my personality.
Okay, please give a huge welcome to the stage to Kenneth Branagh.
Woo!
And welcome to the stage. I know you remember her, Ashley Lawrence.
Woo! Absolute queen.
Ashley looks incredible.
God, we love her. Gorgeous woman.
Now, I believe this is a bit of a reunion for you guys. So this is the of have seen each other since they did the filming.
Chances for Gary Oldman to be envious of me. I thought I've got to be Dr. Sherrard. And I was saying to Ashley, 10 years after the film came out, I was in LA, and in the video shop, it was still staff pick, which had a long life.
Shattered.
I was, but I got into terrible habits of sending somebody to M&S and buying me an ice cold bottle of Chardonnay. Because very often all I had to do was go, or something. You know, there were no lines to remember. And so I did quite a lot of the monster sequences quite pissed on the film.
So you weren't scared then, Kenneth, because you were drunk? You were just scared, yeah.
Well, it did take the curse off of the bit, yes.
Do you know Chardonnay is my drink of choice as well? I don't blame you having that.
We'll talk about it later.
We'll have a glass later, Kenneth. For you, Ashley, you know, on set, let me say, it's quite intense filming it. How did you get through the day? Did you do any pranks on set? Any stories you can tell us all from those days?
Oh, sure. Is this ready?
Just a little bit closer.
Okay. So, like Ken was saying, they came in so early to do makeup. Very often they were wrapped. So I was acting to a piece of masking tape next to the camera box. So whatever was going on in the scene was in my head.
Back to life with the blood through the mattress and everything. I mentioned Lady Macbeth, and you didn't know who Lady Macbeth was. I thought that's a difference between Americans and Brits. Brits do know who Lady Macbeth is and what she did and what her function was. But that sequence with the blood and the mattress, the South African actress who was playing the skinless Julia actually had flu the day we were filming, and the director, he wanted us to kiss, and he said, I want to see tongues. And I said to him, you are not going to see them. I'm not going to do tongues with someone who has flu.
And the second part of the question, Kenneth, do you watch it back? Do you watch your films back? Do you go to see?
Well, when I was offered Hellraiser 2, I couldn't find anyone to go and see Hellraiser 1 with me. I had to go and see it on my own. Generally, I find that women aren't too keen on it.
I am.
Ashley is. Do you want to answer the question as well, Ashley?
Yes, I think my favorite scene is in the first film. It's sorry.
She's so quiet.
It feels so, yeah. The scene where Kirsty comes in and doesn't know that Frank has taken over my dad's skin. That little trinity between when I went in and hugged him. Claire was brilliant and was just sort of petting me like lamb to the slaughter. And we shot it in one take. They had 2 cameras. So it was just spontaneous and organic, and we all knew exactly why we were there. And we're all there for 3 completely different reasons. And I feel like it kind of sums up the movie for me. And then like a whole lot of KY to make everyone look super slimy and gooey. So they would just have buckets of it.
They would have economy-sized tubes of KY jelly and splatter you with KY jelly so it was hanging off you endlessly and catching the light.
Oh, the scene where I'm covered in...
Some of you might not know what KY jelly is. I hope there are some that don't, but there we are.
They wrapped for lunch when I was covered from head to toe in blood, and they were like, yep, we'll see you in an hour. What? So I just kind of leaned, but the corn syrup or whatever started to shrink. So it pulled all the little hairs off of my arms, and I didn't have a way to regulate my body temperature. So I was just shivering, but it was sort of like getting like a nice sugar wax, or by the time you wash it off. Yeah, it was nasty.
That sounds nasty. Goodness.
And here we see Gareth in his natural habitat, meeting the man, the myth, the chicken legend, Joe Hendry. As you can see, he said his name, and he appeared. He believes in Joe Hendry. Very good, sir. Very good. And this is the Traders Hall. We're back here again because we spend most of our time in here because our friends are here. You should buy things from them because their stuff is good. It's very, very good. I am not going to buy anything today because I have no monies, but that is fine. It's interesting to see the amalgamation they have this time with the wrestling and the horror and the rock and all the good stuff. You love, you're right. He believed in Joe Hendry, and this is what happened. But yeah, we've got all the good stuff. Oh, fragrances, hell yeah. But we will have a look around. Oh my god, that is horrifying.
We will do that very, very shortly. Okay. Joe, so let's start with your wrestling career first of all. But you're not just a professional wrestler, you're actually a Greek-Roman wrestler as well.
So I was a freestyle amateur wrestler. I won the British Championship at 97 kilograms and the Greco-Roman Championship at 97 kilograms and represented Scotland in the Commonwealth Games. But the funny thing was, I actually started that after I started pro wrestling. Because, sorry guys, but ICW had me losing every week and I needed everyone to know that I could beat everyone up.
It's better than probably anybody out there is channeled into the whole social media thing. Was that an organic thing, or did you clock on straight away?
Honestly, it was the first training session we had in my training school after not the last Royal Rumble, but the one before. And I walked in and I said to my students, mark my words, I'll be in that Rumble. And so I had an idea that's what I wanted to do. I looked at what I was doing and what I was putting forward, and at the time I had 19,000 Instagram followers, and I was like, that's not enough for someone in my position. So I put a strategy in place. That's what I did. It was a strategy. And folks, you'd be amazed by the power of actually just having a strategy and a plan. It doesn't need to be perfect. You can always pivot as you go. But it's one of those things, if you don't know where you're going to go, how are you going to get there? So honestly, my advice to everyone in the room is really think deeply about what you want your dream life to be, and then reverse engineer your actions to that moment. So it became less about, well, I want this belt and I want to wrestle here and all that, and it became more about what can I give the audience? What's the best entertainment I can give? When I started switching from I want to what can I give, all the titles came. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think the scariest movie of all time is The Exorcist. Yay or nay? Give me some noise here, people. Give me a hey, if it is the scariest of all time. Give me a boo if it's not. There's more boos. There's more boos there. And I think the practical effects, you can't beat them, but I mean, you watch that film and ethically it probably should never have been made, to be honest. But I think the Rosemary's Baby is really quite a shocking film as well. Other horror films, I don't know. What is your favorite horror film? Yeah, why not? Nightmare on Elm Street. How do we feel about that one, people? Hey, it's got a good response. All right, so I will use that as my honorary third choice. There you go. I've never seen it though. That's bad, isn't it? That's bad. You can boo that.
How long did you have to prepare for it?
So, thank you for the question. I thought you were cutting a promo on me at the start of that. I was like, uh-oh. I mean, you did say reigning, defending TNA World Champion. I said, I'm going to have to face something when I come here. But, great question. Again, I came up with the same reason I did amateur wrestling. I wasn't satisfied with my position. I knew I could do more, and I knew that would be a way to connect with the audience. So it means a lot to me that, you know, we're talking about something that happened, it must be 10 years ago since that Hendry Ball one, I think. Maybe even, 10 years ago, 2015. So to still be talking about it 10 years later, you know, that means a lot. So thank you for the question. My current entrance theme, Sorry to Be Boring, is my favourite because that's the one that changed my life. You know what I mean? It really did change my life. So that is probably my favourite. I think a lot of people like the Scotty Too Hotty one. A lot of people like the Jack Jester one. A lot of people like the Pokemon one. What's your favourite?
Mine's probably the Pokemon one as well.
Awesome. Do you know the words to it? Alright, okay, we'll do a sing-along another time. So my favourite wrestler getting into the business, The Rock, was the reason that I got into the business. I thought his charisma was unmatched. I would say my favourite wrestlers, I would say, are The Rock, Ric Flair, Cena, and Chris Jericho. I would say, yeah.
Oh my Christ, so much has happened. So we've done a lot. You will see some footage from the Joe Hendry talk because Gareth very kindly did some footage for it. We are now getting a cookie from the Cookie Club. We rave about these guys religiously. We're obsessed with them. The Cookie Monster one, I will pre-warn you, if you go to the toilet afterwards, you will find a very interesting surprise, but I'll leave it there. Yeah, this just hasn't got any busier. This is crazy, absolutely crazy. I don't know. Vibe, busyness.
One half is brand, which is the Q&As and Chris Jericho,
correct,
Danny Glover, whereas the other half, which we'll go into in a bit, is dead.
Now, I wanna do a hot take for a second. A lot of people, guests, have said, this is great. They love this because there's room to move around, they're having a good time. However, when you think about it from the vendor's perspective and from the people who run this, it's not so good. So yes, whilst it might be great for the customers wandering around, you just got to think about the vendors at the end of the day and the guests who are here because they're not cheap. You know, they've got a really strong lineup, but I just find it very interesting. So please, if you are thinking about coming, I'm going to try my best to have this out tonight, very, very early in the morning. If you are thinking about coming to any of these conventions, please go because a lot of people put a lot of effort into things like this. And, you know, it's a home for everybody. And the last thing we want is something like For the Love of Sci-Fi happening where there just wasn't in Yorkshire as well. Like, that was a lovely convention, you said, but because there wasn't the throughput, it just didn't happen. So, you know, just please support them for God's sakes. Putting into perspective, holy crap. This is rough, man. We'll unpack this later. Gareth's gone to go and meet Sarah, but yeah, this is definitely something to unpack later. Oh, damn. Seems like all of the crowd are literally in the talk hall. Hopefully there's a nice bunch of people listening in, but Jesus Christ.
The first film, there's something just so special about the original, and just being a part of that, working with Wes Craven for the first time. You know, my character was supposed to die in the first film, and Wes kept me alive, so I owe my brain's scrambled. I haven't slept in 2 days, so I can hardly think. But I just owe a debt of gratitude to him. He taught me so much about acting, about directing, just about being a great person. I did think it was funny. You know, the original name of Scream was Scary Movie. And then they had done that, you know, for years, and up until now, I still get called Doofy, like people young. I was like, I wasn't even in that movie. Great relationship because we co-parent. That was the most important thing to us, to just have a nice friendship that way.
Because you did turn up in Friends as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I was the stalker in Friends.
I love that.
Yeah.
But what I do like, and I think everybody here would agree, it's so lovely to hear you talking so nice. You know, like you say, your co-parent doesn't have to be nasty, does it? So it's really nice that you're talking like that about her. I think everybody needs to give a massive round of applause to David Arquette.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. So you can all stay around. There's lots of bands happening and lots more happening this evening. So stick around.
We're just chilling with Dina the Dead at the moment. The talks have finished. The last talk was at 3:15. Now they're pretty much getting the stage ready for the music section of
the rock element.
The rock elements.
Of horror, rock and wrestling.
Yeah, but this is what we are looking at crowd-wise. This is all for David Arquette. This is David Arquette's queue. Chris Jericho is right next to him here. Hasn't got anybody in his queue.
I think he's got the photos now.
Yeah, Danny Glover as well, and then Joe Hendry. Stop it. We got the new prop builds. Very cute. We're going to go by one and show you what they look like, alright? Very cute, very nice. And we are back in the trader stall again. So we are going to do a little segment we like to call Gareth looking at all the fudge. No, we're going to do a little segment we like to call our favourite traders. This isn't saying that they are better than other traders, they are just our personal preference and we love them. We've also developed a really nice friendship with them, so please do enjoy. And our first stop on our little tour is Hell on Shirts. Well, let me tell you about Hell on Shirts. No, actually, why don't you tell them about Hell on Shirts?
They're dead good.
Okay, good, great. So, Hell on Shirts is an alternative company where they do different t-shirts, they do
Hoodies,
shorts,
joggers, shorts,
skateboards, and they do lots of things. So they've done Halloween, they've done Scream, they've done A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, they've also done The Thing, they've done a lot. I have a lot of their Evil Dead range and they are fabulous. They've also done House of a Thousand Corpses, which is very delightful. But I will say, if you do see them at conventions, hurry and buy because they might run out of your size. They are very, very popular in the horror community. You will see a lot of people wearing their merch. We we move on, so we have got Angie and Eddie and Rock and Roll Suicide. Angie and Eddie are absolutely fantastic in the fact that they are both absolutely fantastic. They've still got the bag I want. They do jewellery, they do t-shirts, they do patches, they do accessories, they also do little purses, they also do pins, they do everything alternative. They also go to a lot of festivals, so Bloodstock, download, you will see them. Their patches are amazing, they're great quality, fully recommend them. They do horror patches and band patches. Any of your alternative, gothic, rockabilly or horror needs, come to Rock and Roll Suicide. And look at the bags. Next on the list we have Bleeding Marvellous. Well, what can I tell you about Bleeding Marvellous? Many different items. We have popcorn buckets, we have tiki cups, we have lunch boxes, we have plush toys, we have memorabilia, we have like drinking utensils and all sorts. Anything you can think of horror, Bleeding Marvellous have got it. They also supply Dean of the Dead hot sauce as well. They also do little mystery bags with different little characters in. I could spend a lot of money here. They also do creature cosmetics as well, so they supply creature cosmetics when they come to horror conventions, so definitely check out Bleeding Marvellous. Hell yeah. There's Katie. Hello, darling. This is one of the creators of Dead Cats Club. Not only do they have a really cute logo, they also have fantastic merch from some of your favourite horror movies, including The Witch, The Return of the Living Dead, Halloween, The Shining. The overalls and the dungarees are very nice. But wait, there's more. They also do pins from some of your favourite vampire movies, and they have Staten Island, I have Staten Island, Transylvania, New Orleans and Santa Clara, the murder capital of the world. They also do belt buckles, very nice, very demure, and socks, very good. I own these pair. My feet have never felt better. But wait, there's more. They also do jumpers. It carries on. We have The Shining, yes, very good. And then we have Live Deliciously. We have Halloween 3, the iconic one. Stop it. We also have The Witch again. I am obsessed with the Witch collection. I have a lot of the Witch collection. It is very cozy, especially for the girls, because I have very big badonkadonks and they fit very nicely. They also have 13th Ghost, which I will be buying lots and lots of when I have the money. They have Katie, but you can't take her home with you. That's bad. They will be very upset. Hi, Katie. So, if you want to see exceptional advertisement, yes, Melissa, she's giving it with all the pumpkin energy. Yes, very demure, very mindful, very cutesy. This is Melissa, she's crazy. Hi, Melissa. Oh my God. Behold, at natural, it's fine. The things! Melissa does things! Oh my God, where do I even begin? She's got a friggin' dragon, for God's sakes. How can you not buy from her?
I don't know how that happens.
Right. So, she does monster dolls. We have monkey key skulls. We've got raven skulls. We've got jawbone phone holders. Because let's be honest, murder is illegal, but at least you can pretend you committed the act. Also, we have got ear necklaces, we have got baby skulls. I'm not going to go into that, there's clearly some trauma there. We've got poison apples as well, demon hands, half skulls, thumb drives. Get it? Get it? Because it's a, I'll shut up now.
You've got one.
We've also got a shoulder hand, like you can live out your Wednesday life and have a little thing with you. Isn't that delightful? Don't you just want to do that?
Yes.
Anyway, we've got earrings. Haha, get it? Get it? Get it? I'll see myself out. To summarise, buy from Pigeon Creek or don't. I'm not your dad, but you should definitely do it. I can be your dad if you want, or you can adopt a pumpkin because that is friggin' adorable. Thanks, Melissa. Hello, we are back. We've tapped out. We have tapped out at 6:20. Oh my gosh.
We are so tired.
We are so tired. Like we couldn't do it anymore. And waiting for G-Tom Mac to start at 9 o'clock. But we'd also heard that he likes to talk, and we wouldn't be hearing Cry Little Sister until the end. So Hot damn.
We heard him sound check it.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get there one day. We will, we promise.
When we're younger.
When we're younger. I'm in my 20s, Gareth's in his early 30s, so, you know, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so, we're not going to tell you our thoughts now. We like to use this time, hello sleep token, we like to use this time to kind of collate our thoughts together, and then...
Over a burger,
and then tell you all the tea at the end. Not necessarily the tea, that implies gossip. We don't have gossip, we simply have...
How we find
Yeah, we have our thoughts and constructive criticism, because whining and moaning about things is just not our vibe, unless it is.
We always try to look at the positive in everything.
Correct, and we love Monopoly events so much. We always have a really good time with them. The staff, everything, always amazing. The people who run it.
Today,
yes.
I wouldn't say today's been a bad day.
No.
Our experience has been really good.
Correct. But more on that later. So we're going to get our thoughts together.
They've tarmacked this bit of the road.
Yay! Everything's coming up Millhouse. And then we will tell you our thoughts shortly.
When we're back in the office. Well, this is the office.
The second office, our home. Ha-ha! Like Gonzo and Rizzo at the end of Muppets Christmas Carol.
Hi everyone,
we're back. I thought that was quite good actually.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I was thinking about that before we started.
And Tiny Tim, who did not die.
Oh, isn't that swell? We're back. We said that we were going to wait until G-Tom Mac. We could not.
No.
We absolutely could not.
We're too old for this game.
We're not too old at all.
Okay, I am.
That's better. Yeah, so even with going in at 11 o'clock...
It still took it out.
It still took it out of us. I think it's because we'd done everything that we'd needed to do. The attendance was crazy. The attendance numbers were crazy.
Not in a busy way.
No. And we've been racking our brains about it, like, you know, thinking, because we were looking at the guests. The guests are great. The guests were great. Like, everybody who was announced was great. Like, seeing the sheer volume of variety and differences was great. I don't think, though, for being a horror rock and wrestle convention, I don't think there were necessarily that many rock guests.
No, but there were some that covered more than one base.
It was more wrestle and horror.
And then the rock element came tonight.
And then the rock element came later. So, I was speaking to a couple of people and they said, usually with a new convention, with something with like a new concept behind it, usually takes about 2 or 3 years to kind of get on its feet and basically deciding whether it works or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Same with For the Love of Sci-Fi, you know.
Yorkshire Comic Con.
And Yorkshire Comic Con, you know. In the beginning, yes, they kind of did work, but then they just... Dropped off. So, maybe this could be the opposite. Maybe it's a case of it's not necessarily working at the start, but then it kind of builds.
It's something to build on. It's a foundation. Like...
Asgard.
Well, yeah, but those foundations are gone.
Those foundations are gone.
But it's like when we were walking around the traders, we had room to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just so sad.
Yeah, agreed.
Going into the guest hall, and obviously if you go through from the trader hall, you go down that corridor, and then you come out into the guest hall. On the far right, where you had David Arquette, your big names, David Arquette, Chris Jericho, Danny Glover, Joe Hendry, they were pretty much constant all day.
Yeah.
But then
it was the same as how a standard For the Love of Horror or comic convention would be. That area was busy.
Yeah. But then from Kenneth Cranham onwards, at the start of the day, that middle section where we had Ashley Lawrence, Liana Liberato.
Yeah, it was busy.
It wasn't overly busy. It was pretty.
It was doable.
Doable and steady. But then you get past Ed Neal. I think that was his name, Edwin Neal. and going towards Casey Hartnett, it was dead. There was no one going there.
Yeah, and for saying there was some good Terrifier guests as well.
Yeah. Like I get that Casey Hartnett, the most iconic scene in Terrifier 2, which we always talk about. And Hartnett, no one was going to her. I thought she would have been a big draw.
But I then made this argument that at the start of the day, everybody probably would have gone to her, but then everybody who wanted to go and see her had finished.
Yeah.
So they'd done what they wanted to do, and there's not really much point going back to that guest once you've done what you need to do. I don't know. I'm not... For one second, I don't want anybody to think that we're saying Monopoly are terrible.
Oh, no,
this is all their fault. Rah, 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 rah. That's not it at all.
We still had a great day. We had a
really good day, you know.
It was very good.
It was very chill.
Yeah.
For us, it was so chill. You know, the staff, amazing.
Yeah, staff always incredible.
Fantastic.
The quality of guests for us,
fantastic.
Very good. Hats off, Ashley Lawrence was an absolute sweetheart.
The traders,
great. A good variety of traders.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It was probably.
That's where you finished.
I know. I forgot. We ran out of space.
We did run out of space. Guests were great. Staff were great. Traders were great. We had a really good time.
It was again. It was probably more for the footfall.
Yes.
One critique I do have.
Sure, shoot.
Not at the convention, on cosplayers.
Sure.
Now, if you're a cosplayer and you like walking about, fair enough. And if you're walking around with music, fair enough. But do not walk right behind people who are having meet and greets.
Yes, that was very annoying.
It's not just at this one, we've noticed it at others that some cosplayers like to do it. Yeah, granted, it's a bit of fun, and it's great, and people enjoy it. But if people are trying to have a meet and greet, and then all of a sudden you've got music blaring as you're walking past, and sometimes there isn't much room between the queue and when you're having this meet and greet. It's the same when, we love the guys, but when they got the droids going about, and they and they have the droids going, it's quite rude.
I mean, to be fair, the guys with the droids usually read the room really well and stay clear.
Yeah, but it's like, these people have paid their hard-earned money, and we had it when we were meeting.
It happened to us, and even Ashley Ashley
was taken aback.
Yeah, so please just be considerate.
That was real rude. Some consideration.
Yeah, I don't know.
The props were great. The new props were fantastic.
Oh, hell yeah, we really had a good time with them. I don't know. I do not know that.
There was just a strange vibe.
It was like we had a flavour of For the Love of Horror, but it wasn't there. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and I know that I know they weren't wanting this to be like For the Love of Horror. They wanted it to be its own entity.
Yeah.
Another critique as well. The music, I think personally, it was started too early.
Yeah.
Because people were still having their meet and greets next to the stage.
Yeah.
And if you got someone like Danny Glover, who isn't the youngest person in the world,
it's not a spring chicken anymore.
It's just blaring out, and
I mean, the setup, it was all really well organised. Everything was spread out, and it was really nice, and nothing was too close together, and nothing was crowded. It was a good setup.
Yeah.
But yes. I don't know.
I think there were just some things that they just didn't click.
Yeah. And this particularly with like starting a new convention of any kind whatsoever, you're ironing out the kinks, and that is fine. A lot of people were very much under that impression. There was a case of, okay, some of this isn't working, but some of this is. So that was the kind of vibe and the response that we got from a lot of people, whether that was people walking around like us, or whether that was traders or anybody like that. That was the energy of, we understand that this is in its new phases. This is a start of something, and the same with the start of anything. It's not all going to go to plan, and that is fine. So it's going to be very interesting to see where it goes.
Personally, I'd like them to do a For the Love of Horror 2. Focus solely on the horror, because I think that draws a lot of people in.
I mean, for me, I'd like to see them try this again, but with the feedback on board, which Monopoly are amazing at doing. They're great at taking feedback on, which is fantastic. You know, you look at where they started and where they are now, and they even put posts up saying, okay, so you said this, and we've changed this because of what's been fed back to us, which is, you know, not every convention does that. Not mentioning any names, I'm not going to do that.
And another thing, Monopoly lately have been wanting to push out an app, and it's in the beta phase at the moment. And one thing, because I tried looking at the app just to look at her schedule, and obviously the Wi-Fi wasn't working. There's no signal. So
Wi-Fi is rubbish at bowlers.
I would probably put forward if there is an opportunity to upgrade the Wi-Fi and update it, because the app is a great idea. It's a fantastic idea.
It's like download.
Just like, and then you could just, if you're not near a screen where the schedule just keeps cycling through, or you miss something, you could go on the app, and then you can be like, oh, such and such has got their photo up now, or such and such is, this is on, and this is on. And and then just plan your day. Like, you can find out what's going on at that moment, but you need to sort out the Wi-Fi, because it works off the Wi-Fi. It works off internet.
Yeah, exactly. Again, another kink to iron out. But all in all, we've had a lovely day. We've had a really lovely day. We've had a really good time meeting people, seeing people, meeting the usual suspects.
We had a lovely meet-up with one of your favourites, didn't we?
So we're massive fans of Creeper, and Will and his partner were there, and that was amazing. That was awesome. That was so cool.
We did take a picture.
We did. But it was just nice to meet up with the usual suspects, like people we see regularly. It was nice to build on friendships and relationships, and it was really nice to just chat to everybody and just have a good time doing it. Because if a convention's too busy, and we don't have time to do it,
then that would be For the Love of Horror.
Exactly, For the Love of Horror, from what we've heard, is going to be insane.
And what we're guessing.
And what we're guessing is going to be insane.
Tune in, not to us, but to the For the Love of Horror live on Monday for the first 5 guests.
All I'm saying is,
if you're a fan of Scream,
get your cards ready, because my bank is shaking in its boots. So it's going to be very interesting.
Good job I'm on shift that night.
Hell yeah. Awesome. But yes.
Yeah. Next one is Liverpool.
So, we hope you've had a good day. If not, that's okay. Always remember,
I believe in Joe Henry.
Oh my God, tomorrow's a new day. Bye.
Bye.